And we're back with our calligraphy stone, which has been running 4 days additional in stage 1. And look at how thick that is. There's like almost no liquid left in there at all. Super brick red. Ooh. It's like a crime scene. That is super thick. That's all rock stuff, rock mud. We lost a lot of volume in just 4 days. Yikes. Holy cow. Thank goodness these have gotten so small. Feeling better though. Okay, we will take these inside and do an inspection. And we're back with our Lepidolite, which is a Mohs hardness of 2.5 to 4. And it's been running an additional 4 days, well, 3.5 days, in stage 1 coarse 6090 silicone carbide grit. Wow, purple everywhere, or lilac. Ooh, pretty. We knew we would have grit left over because it was a short cycle. We didn't run it for a full week. We only ran it for like 3.5 days. And knowing I was going to run a shorter cycle, I even put less grit in the barrel than normal, and I still had a lot left. And again, this is a really soft stone. I just like watching that go down the outdoor drain. Oh, I see a lot of chippage. Lots of chips happened. Oops. Gosh darn it, I'm not very careful today. Yeah, that quartz I thought was going to come off because the lepidolite's so soft. I thought it would have cracked off that quartz. It's not feeling really smooth. It's feeling super textured. A lot of mica in this. Let's see, what a beautiful flash. So as you can see, we had a whole lot of cushioning in the barrel to protect the stone. Only got about half a barrel's worth of rock. All the rest of it is ceramic media. Okay, so I'm going to take this inside, do an inspection. And we're back with our calligraphy stone, and when I washed this barrel out a little bit ago, I had mistakenly said that it had been running in stage 1 for 4 days, and it was really stage 2. It was running in 120, 220. So let's take a look and see how we're doing on this. It is feeling better. Still getting a lot of red off of this. Really, really interesting. Ugh, this is going to make a mess. It's kind of staining. Now it's still wet, so that's why you're seeing a little bit of a shine on here. We just want to see if this is ready to go to 500, and because it's such a soft stone, and we're not anticipating getting that really high polish that we get on, you know, like a jasper or an agate, I think this is going to definitely just go to 500 for a day. We'll check it. It might run for 2 days. It is feeling a lot better. It's I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with this, although we have lost so much mass. So this is what it was when we started. You can see how much mass we lost, and it ran for, I think, 4 days in stage 1 and 4 days in stage 2, like 3.5 days in stage 2. So it's a Mohs hardness of 2.5 to 4. So it's super, super soft. Let's just put this stone back. Ugh, hands are all dusty now. But as I was saying, it's a really soft stone. And soft stones don't typically get a really nice high gloss polish. And they're more of an advanced tumble because it requires so much more babysitting. And by babysitting, I mean you have to check it more often. It can't run for a solid week. It's usually a matter of days per cycle. Well, this is feeling, you know, good. I'm not seeing pits. I'm not seeing anything that's carrying grit. So this is going to go through several wash cycles, and the wash cycles are going to be, gosh, these are just pebbles. Yikes. They really did get small. We are going to put these with just borax and water. Normally I would put Dreft baby detergent in here, but I was doing some research and I read that the Dreft or any other soap would mar the finish. So I just want to use just straight borax, because I've been putting borax in the runs and it's been, you know, reacting okay to it. So we're just going to do borax, which would be simply a burnish, really. We're going to run several cycles to kind of make sure it's good and clean before, you know, there's no more carbide grit on here. And then it's going to go to 500 aluminum oxide. So the next time we see this, it'll be in our Vibratory tumbler, running in 500. Okay, we'll be right back. And we're back with our second barrel. That is in our advanced tumbles. And this is Lepidolite. It has been running for 10 days total in 6090 coarse silicone carbide grit. It's run through 2 cycles, total 10 days total. And it's got some chippage, which we knew it would have. However, I'm very surprised that this little piece of quartz did not break off, because this is so soft. Quartz is like a 7, and this is like a 2.5 to 4. So that was really interesting. I really wanted that to work down. It has some of these stones have not run as long as others because I had added some additional rough to the barrel to make up some volume in the barrel. Yeah, this piece has been running longer. So I think some of these we're going to pull aside for a 120 because we're losing so much mass, and then, you know, we've got some breakage. You know, there's this one, and there was a couple other little pieces of breakage in the barrel. That's a neat one. There's a lot of quartz in that one. So when I was cleaning my shelves out, I found like another 2 pounds worth of this lepidolite. And I'm kind of toying with the idea of running another 60-90 cycle and putting that in there just so that we get rid of it all. But then again, if this doesn't turn out, then I've got some more in stores to try a different method. I think I'll just continue with this batch. Oh gosh, that's just going to break. Look at that. This is where, oh gosh, sorry. This is where we lost some. It's almost like I could just twist it like that and break it. That's how soft this stone is. Yikes. Let's set that aside. That's a dark one. That feels harder than the other rock. Okay. This is just crumbling as we go here. And you see we had it really well cushioned. Had, you know, so much ceramic media for this little bit of stone. But I don't think this is going to go back into a 3-pound barrel though. Because we're just going to continue with this, I want to, oh gosh, go to a 1.5 pound barrel, I think, and I do have more of those laying around, so. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to recharge this barrel. And run it a couple more days in 60-90 so that those other pieces can catch up so that we can run everything in 120 together. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, after we separated it out for the stuff that was ready to go to 120, this is all we have left for the 60-90 run. So what I'm going to do is put it back in the 3-pound barrel. And I've got another 2 pounds of it right here, and I'm just going to add to it. So I really just want to have some nice pieces when we finish. Let me add some of that ceramic media back in here to cushion. Because it's so darn soft. That's a nice dark piece. Yeah, this kind of looks like it's got some mold or something on it. No. It's kind of gross, but what I'm going to do is put baking soda in here counteract any organic matter. I'm going to kind of almost overfill this barrel because we get so much stone loss because it's so soft. Alright, let's get some borax in here. Put one. We're going to get some stage 1 6090 silicone carbide. I'm only going to put 1 tablespoon in here because it's not going to run a full week. Close those up, and then let me get the baking soda. Okay, we have the baking soda. Water. It's definitely overfilled, and that is on purpose because it's such a soft stone. Okay. We are going to run this lepidolite another 4 days. I'm expecting those first stones to be really tiny. Let's, what is today? The 11th. Okay. Alright, we will see this in 4 days. Advanced tumbles, lots of work. Alright, it's been 24 hours. It's time to check our calligraphy stone. Okay, let's take a look. Wow, even the slurry's red in that stone. But it's running really well. Out. Be right back. Gotta clean this stone. I had to get some water. Oof. Such a mess. Wow, it feels a lot smoother. Wow. Holy cow, that's beautiful. Alright, I'm going to put that back in the tumbler. And I'm going to let these run. Whoops. Sorry about that. In a wash cycle. Lots of water in here. See, lots of water. Let these run. Hope I didn't ruin them by adding the Dawn soap. But we need to clean them. Give it about 15 minutes. I'll check them. Then I'll do a really good rinse cycle. And then prep it for 1000. Alright, we'll be back shortly. Okay, we are back with our calligraphy stone. It has been in a couple of wash cycles, and now we are going to prep our 1000 barrel, and it's dry, and our 1000 ceramics that I use only in the 1000 aluminum oxide. So we're going to put that in here as well. It's all dry, but I'm gonna, get this really wet in a moment. I want to just kind of show you how much stone I'm putting in to start with. I mean, quite a bit. It's got a good cushion. Now then, this is our calligraphy stone with the 500 ceramics, and we're going to keep them separate. So what I want to do now is take these perfectly washed calligraphy stones, and as you can see, they're really smoothing out quite a bit. And I just want to put the stones in this barrel. This is going to take a hot minute here. And I want to kind of shake it up a little bit. I could do this on the machine and let it do the vibrating to kind of mix the ceramics and stone, but it's hard to film. Just want to create a really good cushion for the super soft stone. Make sure we got all of our calligraphy out of here. All right, let's set this aside. Now I'm going to probably put the rest of this in here as well. Yeah, that's all I want in there. Now I'm going to take this to the sink, and I'm going to fill it full of water, and then I'm going to drain it out, and then I'll be right back. Okay, now everything that's inside this barrel is good and wet. I want to add, you know what, I'm going to put this on the vibratory tumbler and then add the borax. Let's move our chair out of the way. There is, oops. Oh, I could turn that light on, that would help. There's a notch right here that this notch goes in. So I'm going to line that up. Press this little metal part down. Oh boy, getting that in there is a pleasure. Now, when I turn this on, it's going to be really, really loud. I want to give it a moment to mix the ceramic and the stone, and I want to give it a couple of squirts of water just to keep everything good and damp. Now I'm going to take our borax. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in here. And already you can hear it quiet the motion. And we put borax in here for grit suspension. Helps create a thicker slurry. And it helps with barrel cleanup. And since we are in stage 4, I have my stage 4 1000 aluminum oxide pre-polish. And that's the next thing that goes in here. But I want to give it another squirt of water, just so it doesn't get too sticky with that borax off the bat. Alright, so here goes our pre-polish. I like to watch it vibrate off the spoon. I don't know why that gives me pleasure, but it does. And I'm going to put, this is a 4-pound hopper or barrel, so I want to add a second. Let's move this. Add a second tablespoon. How that motion is slowing down. Add a little water. Just a couple squirts at a time until we get the motion we want. Now I'm turning this down because it's adjustable. I'm just slowing the motion a little bit. And this is going to run for about 24 hours, just like it did in the 500. And as you can see, I am using separate barrels. I have 500, 1000, and then polish, just because I like to keep the cross-contamination possibilities at a minimum. So we're starting to get a slurry created. That is that. I'm going to put the cap on it. And now the noise is really quiet. It's another reason I love this machine, because it runs in my home and it's nice and quiet. Push that back on the bench. Turn out the overhead light. And we are going to see this tomorrow after 24 hours. Let's just put everything away. Clean the spoon, because I don't want any contamination when it goes into polish. Hopefully it'll go to polish tomorrow. We'll see how it does. Okay, and that's really all I gotta say about it till tomorrow. Lots of babysitting. Now, when this was in 500, I did check it maybe twice. The slurry was beautiful. The action was really good. It wasn't locking up at all. I took a piece out and tested it, and it appeared to be doing what I needed it to do. Which was smooth the surface a little bit more. And now the purpose of the second phase of pre-polish is to smooth the surface as much as possible before it goes into polish. Now, being such a soft stone, there's going to be issues with getting a polish, and we know that going in. So it's a little bit of an experiment to see if the vibratory tumbler is going to do what I think it's going to do, which is create some kind of a polish. A rotary tumbler would have just destroyed the stone. So this was our only alternative, because I don't have any of the machinery to hand polish these stones, or the desire, to be quite honest. Okay, we are good with this and we will see it tomorrow. Alright, it's been about 36 hours since we've been running this calligraphy stone in 1000 aluminum oxide. So let's check it, see how it's doing. The action is good. Did not dry out. Now we did check it a couple of times and it's 36 hours, but now we're going to take a piece out. If I can grab one. Oh gosh, sorry about that camera action. Oh wow, that is nice and smooth. There is a little bit of pitting that is getting revealed, but I think this is definitely ready for a wash cycle. So let's put some Dawn in here. Add a lot of water. And I'm going to turn the action up. Just get the water. Alright, we're going to cover this back up. We're going to let it run for about, half hour, 15 minutes, a half hour, and then I'm going to wash the barrel out and prep it for polish. Alright, we'll be back. And that is wash. Okay, and we're back with our calligraphy stone. It has been running 38 hours in aluminum oxide 1000 pre-polish, which was my stage 4, and now it's finished its wash cycle and it's feeling really nice and smooth. They're still damp. Most of them are still damp, but they're drying fast in this temperature. There's a little bit I'm noticing a little bit of pitting that's opening up. I think it's because it's fossilized and things are just wearing off. But I'm hoping to get a shine out of these, so let's put these, I mean, they're feeling really nice and smooth. I want to put these in polish now. So we're going to use our Vibratory Tumbler. And this is all the stone that's left. I mean, it's really shrunk down. It's pretty small now. So we are going to need our 4-pound hopper. It's the only size we have, that I reserved just for polish. And I'm going to wet to the inside of the barrel. And I know that there's going to be a tiny bit of standing water, and that's fine because I'm going to drain it in a moment. So there's just a little bit of standing water, not a lot, but I just want everything good and wet. I'm going to re-wet the stones a little. And now I want to put polish only medium in here. Ceramic medium. One these days I'll have everything that I need in one setting. So this is our ceramic media that I have for polish only. And you can see that it looks wet, but really, this is just because it's been run through polish so many times. It's just polished. It's completely dry. Now, so that I don't make a mess, I'm going to go get the funnel. I'll be right back. So I picked up this canning funnel. That's one of the little plastic or rubber canning funnels. And this way, I don't really make a mess. I'm just going to put an awful lot. This is going to be 3/4 ceramic because I have such a small amount of stone. Put some stone in here. Should probably have water in here to make it a little more gentle when the stone falls in. Doesn't really matter, I guess. It's going to all tumble together. Alright, that's all of our stone. And you can see, not quite up to, there's a little nodule inside here. I don't know if you can see it. But I don't want anything to go any higher than that. There. Like I said, I don't want it to go any higher. Oh, dropped a piece. Just picking up the couple of pieces I did manage to drop. Now, you can see this little bump out here, little nodule. That's as full as I'm going to want this. And actually, I still think there might be a little bit too much ceramic in here. Yeah, it's better. Now I'm going to go take this to the sink and get it all, I'm going to fill it with water and then I'm going to drain it and then I'll be right back. Okay, I put the hopper on the Vibratory Tumbler and the Mini Sonic. Now I have my borax and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of borax to this mix, but let's turn it on and it's going to be really loud from here. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of borax and 2 tablespoons of polish, which is the 2-micron aluminum oxide, and I get that from the Rock Shed. No affiliation, just a really good company. All right, let's turn this on. It's crazy how just adding 1 tablespoon of that powder will adjust the volume on this a little bit. Just nuts. I like watching that just bounce off the spoon. It's the little things in life, I tell you. So you can see inside here better. Adding some squirts of water until I get the slurry action that I want. turn the action down, slow it down. Because I don't want to beat this soft stone to death. But I want to polish. And I think that it's going to require one more squirt. And I don't know, it was two. Parts of it was looking a little dry. Okay, we are done with our calligraphy stone. It's in polish. We will see it. I'll check on it in about 3 hours. See how quiet that is when the lid's on it? Alright, we'll check on this in about 3 hours. Make sure it's not locking up, make sure it doesn't dry out. And then I'll probably check it 12 hours after that. And I'm going to let this run for 2 days before I test a piece. To see how it's taking polish. And today is the 14th. Put my label on it. I love this painter's tape. Works really easy for labeling all my barrels. Okay, that's it for calligraphy stone for a couple of days. I'm getting ready to do the washouts on the regular tumblers. So we have, let me move the camera. We have all these barrels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 barrels that need to get washed out. All right, it's gonna be a busy day. See you in a few. Back with our Lepidolite, which has been running 3 days in 6090, which is let's see, our 4th run, but we keep adding new rough every week. So we take out a stone that's ready to go to 120 and then put in stones that are needing more work. We kind of overfilled the barrel a little bit because we were expecting a lot of stone mass. We really didn't get it because we overfilled the barrel. Lots of chipping though. Lots of chipping. This is going to need a few more days. It's not shaped enough. For me to take it to 120. And again, some of these are, they've only been running a couple of days. So I'm going to put these back in the barrel. And we had ceramic media in here too because these are a Mohs hardness 2.5 to 4. So they're really soft stone. And I wanted to cushion it. I may have over cushioned it. That one has a really rough end. I'm trying to work out. This was a broken piece that's turning into a little tiny piece of stone. This one is disintegrating. That's where a lot of this is coming from. I just feel like I could just break that with my hand almost. The black in here is mica, and that tends to undercut quite a bit. Let's see what happens. I have a lot of lepidolite left. Got like maybe 3 pounds of it left. but I don't want to run it yet. I was just going to keep adding to the 60-90 barrel to see what happens. These little chips here, I'm going to throw in the garbage. I don't want to do anything with them. They're so soft. These ones are big enough that I'm going to let stay in. I'm not worried about much on this. So we're about half full. I could add. I'm gonna add. This is an experiment. We're just gonna see how much abuse we can give these. Trying to find some pieces that are not really janky. Easier said than done. That's got some pinks in it. Let's put that one in. Oh, lots of pink on that one. I don't know what the host rock is on this, but it looks really interesting. So let's put that in and see what we get. Alright, I'm not putting any more. Now, because we didn't get any real movement in the barrel, I'm not going to add the ceramic media back in here. I'm just going to put the borax and the silicone carbide and then put it back on the tumbler for a few days. I am checking it often and not running full 1 week cycles because it is such a soft stone. So we're going to keep this going until I get enough to run it in medium. Interesting. I really thought this would move faster. It would have if I would stop adding stuff to it. But I wanted a good volume on the barrel. Kind of crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to really like this process on this stuff. But we're going to figure it out. Be right back.